Talks right here at News 12 Long Island. Tonight we're speaking about a new proposal in Suffolk to house homeless sex offenders. The idea is to set up a network of mini shelters in industrial areas across Suffolk. I'm here once again in studio with William O'Leary, a therapist based in Suffolk who counsels both sex crimes victims and convicted sex offenders. And also on the phone right now we have Jay Schneiderman. Right now in his district there are 2 trailers. They house the homeless sex offenders in Suffolk County, and the county taking a look at what to do about that situation. We're going to go to the phones right now because we have someone who's calling in. He'd like to, he prefers to stay anonymous, and he is a patient of Mr. O'Leary's. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate the fact that you're calling in.
Hi. I just wanted to let people know that most sex offenders are not continued predators. And under Mr. O'Leary's care, we do have...
And you are under Mr. O'Leary's care right now, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And under Mr. O'Leary's care, we basically sometimes police ourselves when we do live in a more home setting. When you're living in the trailers or some kind of industrial type setting, you don't have, everyone is for themselves, and you don't have a regular home life. You can't go get a job because you have to be in the trailer at a certain time. And you have to be at a certain train station to pick up the cab to go to the trailer. And the cost is astronomical from what I understand. It cost, in 2009 alone, $300,000 just to transfer sex offenders from where they had to meet the cab to the trailers in Riverhead.
Right, so you're making an economic or a financial argument as well. But I'd like to ask you, since you did agree to call in tonight, and we thank you for the call, in your particular situation, I'm not asking you to get too specific, but what do you feel would be the best therapy in your particular situation? Do you think that someone in a trailer or someone in a mini shelter? How do you feel about that? I'm curious.
Well, I did live in the trailers for 4 to 5 months, and it's basically going back to jail. And it pushes some of the men that were in the trailers to drink, do drugs, and possibly even reoffend.
Okay.
Where I am now, I can't give my location,
right.
But where I am now, Mr. O'Leary actually comes to the house and counsels us here. And
are you in a group home? Are you in a group home situation?
Something like a group home.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We appreciate your comments and your courage to call in tonight. So that's very interesting that we're able to get an inside look and hear what his situation is.
I should say that was unscripted. Just I didn't realize they were calling in, but that's very good.
Of course. But he speaks to the trailer environment. We look at the voucher situation. We look at the mini shelters from a clinical perspective. What is the healthiest? I'm going to go back to this question again. What is the best environment toward rehabilitation and normalcy?
Well, clinically the best solution is actually the situation the gentleman described is kind of the concept
of about group homes,
like a sober house for sex offenders, for a lack of a better way.
Okay.
Legally, that's very difficult to do at this point with the current legal status, which is why I have supported the shelters, the mini shelter concept, because I saw the draft of the proposal and everything else, and what's involved in it is exactly what Legislator Schneiderman is referring to. Is it's a shelter, there's 24-hour supervision, but there's also services.
But is that enough? Is it enough of a checks and balances when you're spreading out homeless sex offenders throughout Suffolk County?
It's better. I don't know whether people necessarily realize the trailer thing isn't just the money thing. Basically, the guys in the trailer, they have to leave the trailer at 8 or 9 in the morning. They're dropped off at their local DSS. So if we're looking at a safety point of view, they're dropped off where single moms and their children are going for services. And then they're told they can't go back to the trailer until 6 or 7 at night. They have to go to a designated train station. Okay. So if they don't have a job because they have no address, they wander.
No, this is
from a safety point of view, it contradicts every concept that we really look at as safety.
Ongoing debate. We'll hear more about that. William O'Leary, thanks for calling in, and we'll talk more about this. For more information on tonight's show, visit our website at news12.com. Click on the numbers and links. You're watching Long Island Talks.